There's over 3,000 different languages on the continent of Africa. 3,000, right? 54 countries, right? So this is pretty much the most in the world. And one of the Catholic priests that I met when actually he was my 7th grade teacher, in Nigeria alone, they speak over 150 different languages and dialects. And I said, I don't understand. How is that possible, right? So when I think about the remnants of the Tower of Babel, we always talk about Africa as a continent, but we have to really wrap our heads around this, guys. This land, Mother Africa, was very, very divided. It wasn't what it's all cracked up to be. These were different these are different countries that exist here. Then there's another thing I thought was very important, and I want to read this. The native African religions, meaning like you hear a lot of these leaders today, they'll say we have to get back to our roots. They'll say things like, you know, the African American people are the only people on the planet that don't know where they came from, that can't make connections with their ancestors, and you know, they don't have that connection, and that's why we're running around here like chickens with our heads cut off. But the reality of it is when I really dove into African culture, and I have some people on the phone from New Orleans, so y'all know where this is going. Native African religions are centered in ancestral worship, belief in the spiritual world, supernatural things, like, you know, the witch doctors and all that type of stuff, the voodoo and the hoodoo and all these different things that was there on this continent from Earth, as far back as you can remember. Do I really want to make connection to this type of theology? You know, when I know that there's one true God, one true Lord, do I really want to call and worship my ancestors? I have a running joke. I tell my wife, I said, boy, if Barbara and Levester Wiggins come walking in my bedroom tonight to tell me something about tomorrow, I'm going to have a heart attack, okay? Because I don't want to see them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see none of my ancestors coming back to talk to me. I'm being 100% transparent. I don't want to see that. So this thing, we have to connect with our ancestors again. And I love the way Mike said it, connect with ancestors that are what? That are not serving a holy God, a God that said that I am the Lord thy God, that thou shalt have no other gods but me. So again, we have to be very careful that our obsession with getting back to our so-called roots, because the question is, and I like what you said about the Cushites and those communities, we have to be extremely careful.